Good morning, everybody. We appreciate you joining me on this Tuesday morning for an OTSL playoff game. This is, oh boy, here we go. Weiran against Bidart, Larrakoetxea. So we've got what I hope will be a good one. So let's get right to it. Bidart is the U.S. for this one. He won the first game. So Bidart can take this one. He will move on to the final four semifinals. If Weiran wins, he will force a game 3. So a pretty mediocre opening hand. 16 ops, Asia scoring. CNS, the headline, seems pretty obvious. Oh, interesting. Bidart decides not to use CNS in the headline, instead tries to sneak out Asia. And he is successful in doing so. Would have thought we would see CNS there, but this is a situation where we're not going to be able to fight in Asia if we see a Vietnam headline. Okay, so we'll see what Weiran wants to do. If he wants to spread into Libya, if he wants to take a coup. Yeah, I think the coup is right, and a big roll. Bidart immediately reaches for Comic-Con. And I think the play here will be Lebanon, Malaysia, and then maybe one France, maybe 2 Malaysia. One Lebanon, for sure. Malaysia may be less important because Asia is scored. Oh, okay. Going to take Panama. A little early for that, for my taste, but okay. I guess, yeah, I guess he does not want to take France because he maybe plans on triggering Suez. Although Suez is probably a hold with UN for blockade. So, all right. But yeah, Lebanon, Malaysia had to happen, and we didn't really have a 2-op we wanted to use. So the third op could have gone in France. Oh boy, and a Vietnam on AR2. I think that's probably a coup of Vietnam. We need to get our mill ops. So yeah, this is a coup of Vietnam, or we could take Thailand and allow a coup there. But yeah, I think that's fine. Let's get 3 mill ops very efficiently by cooing Vietnam. Oh, huge roll. Now Bedard, if he wants Thailand, he's going to have to jam 3 in there right here, I would think. Oh, yeah. I think since you lose the war, that's got to be. Wondered if he'd go 1 Thailand, 1 South Korea, but I guess 2 Thailand does make sense. Okay, big 4-op coup, and another 6. Good gravy. A couple of quick 6s for Weiran, And he's got got up 2 battlegrounds in the Middle East. He's got Thailand. He's going to lock up South Korea here, presumably. And I would expect. Oh no! All right, CIA shows decall and blockade. Wow, what a start for Weiran. Now Weiran probably is going to lower DEFCON here if we don't. So I wonder if we have to take a coup to protect Panama. Okay. I'm just going to get one into France. Now I assume we'll see a coup of Panama. Yeah. So we needed to protect Panama. Oh, yeah. I think I would have won. I think I would have liked to see a coup to prevent that. Oh, and we 5-year plan decall. Oh, that's always a big risk. But it pays off because hitting blockade would have done basically nothing. 50-50 shot. I've pulled that off before, and it's so satisfying. Okay, so a 6 on Korean War, a 6 on Vietnam, a 6 on Thailand, and now a 6 in Panama. It's 4 straight 6s for Weiran. But Bidart stays in the game with a 5-year plan of decall. And Bidart hoping to see Europe and not Middle East in his hand on turn 2. Will he get his wish? He will see both. But he does get de Gaulle. So going to check and see, probably going to check and see if Sock Govs has been played. I don't think we've seen it, so I don't think Europe is a safe headline. Yeah, I think this has to be Middle East. So this is going to be, Bidart's going to have to give up 4 here. And we're about to see, presumably, a coup of South Africa. Ooh, that's annoying, but also not, but oh man. I guess C5 could go, you might see that go into Portugal. And then you might see Weiran stop Dom rather than cooing, because if he's going to coup, he's got to coup South Africa. Which cooing South Africa with a 4-op is not a bad play if decall's gone, which it is, and Weiran doesn't have D-stall. Because that gets you access to 3 battlegrounds that you wouldn't otherwise have. Oh, just going to go France. Going to take the coup. Okay. Wow, and he only takes a 2-op coup, and he clears him out. There's a 5. Wow, what roll. What absurd rolls here for Weiran early on. Okay. So Bidart now, yeah, so the France play is interesting. Bidart is going to... he can take Algeria if he wants it. He can take South Korea if he wants it, or he can score Europe. Remember, Weiran knows that Bidart has Europe in his hand. And if Weiran takes Portugal and Greece here, I don't think we're getting this Dom off. But he's not going to. Okay, just going to satisfy himself with Algeria, and now I think you score. This can wait. This absolutely can wait. Just score. He knows you have it. Got to score. Yeah. Just do this. You've got to score. I don't think. I think. If Weiran uses China to, I don't think Weiran is likely to use China to take Portugal and Greece. I mean, maybe he will, but I want to get. Asia is scored. That can wait. Asia scored, and not only that, decall is gone. If Weiran decides he wants to move into Malaysia, okay, then we can just take Indonesia after we score. Okay. Weiran decides not to take Portugal and Greece, so we score our Europe domination. Okay, we're a little bit cut off here. We're behind in the Middle East. Okay, the space of AI war makes sense. And there goes Marshall. Yeah, I like taking Philippines, but I also like getting de Gaulle out of the deck here. IP war is unseen. But Weiran's going to have to take one of those countries. And yes, Jordan, I was about to suggest that. holding de Gaulle makes sense. You could go, okay, there's containment. Yeah, I'm going to take both countries. That's still not good enough for Dom. And now we have a 4-op play. And yes, I agree. A poke of Egypt makes sense. And then you could take Jordan if you wanted to stop Dom. I think maybe a better play would be to get one into Saudi. But yeah, you don't want to give a coup target here. And really, there literally is no coup target other than Israel on the board right now. We might see a rare coup of Israel. Ordinarily, a jam of Algeria would make sense, but I don't think you want to do that here. If you poke Egypt, Egypt's getting cooed next turn. So maybe that's not great. Yeah, maybe you just go Saudi. Yeah, that makes sense. But what about the coup target thing? Maybe you could just go Jordan Saudi. I think maybe you go Jordan Saudi. That stops Dom in the Middle East. Ordinary, yeah. If without that successful coup of South Africa, the Egypt poke is 100% right. But I would much prefer. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry too much about this. De Gaulle is in our hand. I'd rather have Saudi, I think. Taiwan doesn't do much. Oh yeah, okay. One Thailand is interesting to access Laos. That could be important later for country count. Right now, country count sitting at 6-5 us, but we currently have no access to Afghanistan, no access to Burma, no access to Laos. Getting Laos could be an extremely valuable seventh country. Okay, Bidart goes Greece, France. Not sure I understand Greece, and where else does he go? Did he just take Mexico? Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that decision at all from Bidart. I would have much preferred a poke of Egypt, but I would rather have just taken Saudi. I think, given the coup target situation. Now you're giving up a big coup in Mexico. Before, Weiran was going to have to coup Israel. So yeah, I don't like that decision from Bidart. Okay, Bidart was thinking about Duck and hoping he was going to get Duck. All right, now there's a purge, and we have Decall in our hand, which is not great. So hoping not to see blockade. IP war for the coup. Yeah, and sorry, Bidart. I think that was preventable. I think we could have just taken Saudi there. The coup would have gone on Israel, would have done nothing, and instead we've lost Mexico. But that absolutely does not change the fact that these rolls have been absolutely ridiculous. Okay, the one in Greece immediately pays off, given that we're in it with Destall and Decall in our hand. Weiran is thinking about fighting Europe Dom here. Weiran also needs to take Libya. Meantime, we've got some cards that are extremely manageable ordinarily, but under Purge, they are problematic. So I believe, yes, if we're keeping track at home, Weiran rolled a 6 on Vietnam, a 6 on Thailand, a 6 on Panama, a 6 on Mexico, a 6 on Iran, and then a 5 in South Africa to empty it. Okay, there goes NATO. And yep, that's going to stop Europe Dom permanently. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries to 5. Yeah, we need to take Canada. Yeah, there goes Europe. Okay, so all 3 early war scorings are gone. Bidart gets rid of Asia before Weiran takes Dom. So certainly happy about that. I think you... No. Just repair France, right? Unless... I guess unless Truman is known in Weiran's hand. Yeah. Yep. Truman is. Oh yes, of course, and the 6 on the Korean War as well. Yes. Okay. This makes sense. Yeah. That makes Truman annoying. Fidel had to be evented. Yep. Okay. We can spade. We get the double. We miss, and then NTB to finish, which I assume would take Mexico if we have not. Okay, duck to space. I think you just take Mexico here. Yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, we're going to go ahead and flip Mexico back over. All right. We're in up 8, but no access to South America. And yeah, we're frustrated we have gunmen. But this is a great Kennedy hand. I think we start with missile envy. So let's think about this. Start with missile envy. I like that. I like that. We could Kennedy away libs, gunmen, decall, and OPEC. We could also salt and give gunmen. We could double space libs and decall, and then OPEC with a poke of Egypt, which makes sense anyway, is only 1. So there is a path here to holding Kennedy. But I'm not sure it's necessary, given that South America is empty. But Bidart really hoping not to see Junta or either of the Angola cards here. Any of those cards would be a disaster. Any other headline, even a card like ABM, obviously would not be welcome, but would not be a disaster. Yeah, okay. AI war is not going to be huge. Okay, big 4-op coup to start. Salt pick up RSP. And he needs to draw grain. Yeah, this game just doesn't seem as lost as Bidart's making it out to be. So we're going to take a coup here, right? I think. I don't think that's worth it. I would just take a big old swing at Panama. Oh, oh, another 6. Good gravy. All right, well, instantly I am proven wrong. Good Lord. We roll a 1 on the anything butta in Panama. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Okay. So Kennedy can discard those 4 bad cards. We can manage this hand. We absolutely can manage this hand. We can salt if there's anything good to salt for. Space decall, space libs, get rid of gunmen, basic, almost pain-free, and then either hold Kennedy and OPEC, or because we can hold 2, or trigger OPEC and poke Egypt, and it's only 1 VP. But that requires a lot of hand management, a lot of empty ARs, which maybe Bidart doesn't have the appetite for. On the other hand, what are we really doing with our ops? We can't poke. The poke of Egypt I hinted at earlier is no longer an option. Neither player has much to do with their ops. I would expect Weiran maybe to challenge France here a little bit. He's got Truman in his hand. So he may have some hand management issues, might have to play Truman this turn. So we'll see if he challenges France. The other thing I'd expect to see is him go into Nicaragua and Saharan potentially. Okay, we know a 2-op. Yep, and that's exactly what I would have done. No, I don't think you can salt here, can you? I think you have to coup one of these countries because you can't give up. Wow, okay. Okay, there's Bear Trap. So Bidart was talking about getting Bear Trap. Now Weiran can go Nigeria, Costa Rica, though. Yeah, Nigeria, Costa Rica, and Laos. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, OAS is nice. I would like to see. I think we're losing Panama, so maybe OAS right now, and we can use some of these prodigious ops. Okay. I mean, this can be the one in Panama. Oh, it doesn't do much for us, does it? Because he's just gonna, assuming he's got a 3, he'll just put 3 in there, and that's it. I would rather. Yeah, I would have rather gone to Venezuela there, I think, and then we spread out using flower power. Okay, now we're going to salt for purge. Yep, that makes sense. Missile Envy's gone, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to hold purge and bear trap to next turn here, presumably. Or excuse me, maybe, okay, we're going to probably, I assume, maybe we'll bear trap AR7 and then purge in the headline. Okay, and I guess I understand the no Venezuela thing because we didn't want Venezuela getting immediately cooed after we salted. We would have had to spread out first. Okay, yeah, that's good jam. I think you just fixed that, right? Nope, Bidart not going to fix it. He's going to take a big 4-op coup. I think I would have been okay fixing that. All right. Oh, 5 on the coup. These coups are unbelievable. Okay, got to get the coup of Saharan enough to clear him out. So, okay, we've got a 5-year plan and Brezhnev. I assume that we will use 5-year plan to take. We will use these cards to get presence in South America. Bear Trap AR7. I don't understand that. I do not understand Bear Trap AR7. Or AR6, rather. I don't understand that. I thought we would just spread out in South America, and then on AR7 we bear trap, and then we purge. AR6 bear trap usually is used when opponent is already purged, or if you're trying to prevent a 5-year plan dump of a scoring, but neither of those were. So I am a little confused, Bidart, why we bear trapped early. Okay, South America scoring is nice. And VOA is also nice, but more as a prophylactic measure. Camp David is really nice. Okay, so we've got some nice events here. Sadat is good. Boy, what do we want to start with is the question. South America, yeah, too many power cards out there. Cannot headline the scoring. Going to go Purge, yeah, and there's Junta. This should just be Venezuela, I assume. I would think this is Venezuela, an Argentina coup, and spread. Yep. Yeah, and now you take Brazil. Okay. We can, okay, I guess he's going to take Brazil. We should take Chile and then dump the scoring. And then we've got to get to work playing events. Assuming he does not make it VOA proof in South America, we can use VOA in the top half. But if we do that, we've still got to win a coup war in Colombia. And again, we have limited ops with which to do that. Okay, it's not going to be yes, it is. Yes, it is going to be VOA proof. Okay. It's a very smart play by Weiran. He spent time at number 1 overall. This is an elite player we're dealing with. Okay. I think maybe I'd use Camp David here, threaten Libya. If we're going to use China, I would just as soon take Asia back. I would just as soon take South Korea back. Yeah, I like this is fine. Still have not seen ABM or Brush. Okay, that's going to go Brazil. And now we're going to jam? Okay. Yeah, all right, VOA. And so he can only fix one. And we'll get the other. Okay, Marshall's good for us to get. Oh, and there's one in Libya. And we're not gonna put one in France because of Truman chicken. All right, so now, okay, a China jam of Brazil. Okay, Bidart really wants to get this South America Dom off. And he should get it, but at what cost? Okay, there goes Truman, so we do get it. All right, now I think we have to score. Now, don't we have to score because we're going to get Colombia? Because I think Colombia must be cooed right here, and then we don't have Dom anymore. And Camp David and Sadat are both of them are must events. Yeah, so we have to use Alliance to take Dom back. No, don't do this. I really like Camp David as an event. Flower Power's in effect. Egypt is at 0-2. Camp David's got to be an event. But I guess Alliance does too. Ugh. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I agree. This is misplayed. I would have scored the Dom right there before taking Brazil, and then I would have evented all of these cards. Okay, we get our mill ops, and Nicaragua still don't have Dom. Goes to space, and yeah, Alliance is 4, but we. I mean, you could give up Allende, let him have the 2 in Chile, and then you take Uruguay, but then you could see a poke. I don't know. Yeah, I think Sadat, Camp David, Alliance all needed to be events. We needed to score that Dom. Yeah, we also haven't taken Algeria yet. Oh, and finally. Finally, somebody gets into the bottom part of Africa. Okay, we need ABM here, but we don't. Okay, we don't get it. We do get Brush. I don't understand the Brush headline though. Why are we headlining Brush? I guess Brush is would go to Panama, and then we will trigger nuke subs. I don't understand that. No. Gotta be Panama. Gotta be Panama. Okay, 3, just barely good enough. Okay. Now a coup with special. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. Now I think we take Algeria first, and then. Oh no, we don't have to necessarily. Although if we don't take Algeria and we trigger nuke subs, oh, he's gonna go with the realigns. Okay. All right. So I guess Algeria isn't a rush now. So we get the realigns in Central. We don't have to take it, but I just worry about it getting scored on us. Um, okay, coup of Nicaragua, and we don't have the ops to fill up Cuba, and I think we want to do other things. So I would let him refill there. I think, yeah. Okay, boy, this is a we got 3 1 ops. So this is not a good. This is not a good nuke subs hand. Sadat is a good event. Panama we can coup with 1 op. Allende is annoying. Quag is unplayable. The Pope I like to event, but in this spot I would much rather use it for a coup. I think you trigger nuke subs and get a coup in on Angola, right? He's going to immediately take Zaire. The other thing is you could just use nuke subs to take Algeria. Yeah. Okay, Weiran now probably wants to get back into Cuba, but there's no rush with Nicaragua at 5. He needs to take Libya now, and he'll want to take Zaire as well. One, two, three, and then Libya. No, he's going to go right back into Egypt. Interesting. Not taking Libya. I guess because we cannot take both. Okay, using the Pope to take Algeria. Normally, I poo-poo the Pope being used for ops, but in this case, it was absolutely unavoidable given our disaster hand. Okay, there's a free omit, which sucks. I'd rather take Egypt here, I think. Yeah, these ops are really, really terrible. Looks like Africa's not going to score until turn 7. And, okay, there's Central going to be even. I'd like to space Quag here, I think, and see if we can get the 2 VPs. Despite the terrible coup rolls, the huge coup rolls from Weiran, we're right in this game. The lack of access has taken its toll. Okay, well, it looks like we're going to try the Hassan realigns and hit them. Okay, we're going to hold Quag. Blockade can dump it, barring a purge. These aren't the cards we wanted, I don't think, because Weiran just got ABM. Those aren't good redraws. ABM, UN. Okay, thank you, Bidart. Appreciate that. Arms race. Yeah. Meantime, we are stuck. So we'll blockade away Quag. We'll space decall. So it's not a problem, but we just have a bunch of garbage here. So yeah, I think headlining Southeast is fine. We don't. Formosa is going to do much for us. I think getting rid of the known scoring is good. I don't think we can't headline blockade with the threat of a purge draw out there. I don't think. I think it's just a Southeast headline. Decalls in our hand. ABM is not going to do anything in Southeast. ABM, we just have to hope ABM doesn't take a coup in Mexico, but it's not going to. It's going to take a coup of Algeria. Okay, and he misses on the roll. That is huge. So finally Weiran misses a coup roll, and it's a big one. He's got Africa in his hand. Yeah. Bidart thinking about arms race. Weiran has to coup again, and then we have to immediately take Algeria. Ugh. Now we have no access to Libya, so Sadat did nothing. So this has to be Algeria. Yep. Okay, sure. Yeah, I like that. I like this much better. Now, depending on the strength of Weiran's hand, yeah, okay, ugh, and that's a brutal redraw. Yeah, that is a brutal redraw. And I would have liked to space Quag last turn to try and get those two VPs, but absent that redraw, not doing it made sense because now we can discard it harmlessly with blockade. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Um, ugh, that hurts. So, in the meantime, Europe, even after Marshall, we still have a lot of work to do to get Dom. Poke of Cuba. What is that? What is that Cuba poke gonna do for us? He can just fix it with a one op. I would. Okay, so we're gonna realign South America. Yeah, that. Yeah, we're. I don't. I don't think we really. Yeah. See, if we had a three op, we could. Okay, I was saying we could poke Cuba again and go Saharan. Then if he scores the Dom or coups Saharan, we score Central for two instead of zero. Save two, give up three. Okay, Bidart wants to go to Haiti. This is a lot of. Okay, but we still wouldn't have Dom even with Haiti is the issue. And we have one playable op in our hand at the moment. Weiran also knows about Blockade Quag. I don't know about C5. I'm not sure if he knows about C5. In Africa, unless I'm missing something, Africa is known in Weiran's hand, as is Arms Race. Two op coup to stop the realigns. Okay, so that threat did work. Now we can go to Haiti, but it doesn't give us Dom. I think we need to score. Yeah. We are not getting this Dom. Okay. I like the decision to score there. Weiran has Africa. So the question is he going to. I mean, if he just takes Cameroon and Zimbabwe. I don't know, because we can coup Cameroon with a one op and still stop Dom. Okay, UN of VOA. Oh, what a redraw there. Okay, going to take another battleground, but not Dom. Now I think we space. Yep, good decision there. And C5 is now free. So we're down 3 countries to 2. Now this, I assume, will be. No, I think he's got Africa and arms race. No reason to use Africa to take Dom, arms race to take Dom, because you can just get your 3 VPs by triggering the event. And then Africa is going to be 2. Yeah, there's Africa. And we can't stop arms race. I like the one op coup in Colombia. Yep, I like that decision. And then Weiran can trigger arms race, which I think I would take the 3 VPs instead of coupping Colombia to stop realigns. Yeah, goes up to 11. And trying the realigns. Okay, realigns hit. And that misses. Okay, but that miss is probably an okay thing given the Ortega situation. Okay, and this hand is not good. We get OPEC, which is 2 at the moment. Pershing is annoying as well. That's also a VP. CMC, the headline, presumably not necessarily to stop a coup, but to preserve DEFCON chances here. Getting Star Wars out is big. I think I like Panama event here. Okay, quick OPEC space. Not sure why we had to do that. I think I would have triggered Panama. Yeah, I think it was. I think I would have triggered Panama there. Or just tried realigns. That would have been fine too. Okay, yeah, and there goes the CMC influence. Now, nuke subs could be an event, but Africa has scored. Actually, nuke subs can't be an event if we're trying to win with DEFCON. We are behind battlegrounds in Asia. We are behind battlegrounds in Africa. We're dominated in the Middle East. Central is even once Cuba is taken back. And Europe, we are up battlegrounds, but we do not have Dom. And we're down 12 on the board. So this seems like a situation where just put the Western, well, yeah, to put the, okay, that's fine. Yeah, score Asia. Okay, that's a 2-op repair. That's that's a very early Iran Contra for my taste. Oh boy, and we're gonna give Europe Dom. Highly unlikely that Weiran has Europe, but wow, I would not take that risk. Okay, tear down to space. So grain now unspaceable. We're in up 14. Even if we get South America off for 8 or 10, I think we're too far behind here to win on the board. We need a monster hand turn 10 on turns 9 and 10 if we're going to win this one honestly. In the meantime, Europe-wise, teardown was just played. Pope wasn't invented. I don't think there's a path there. There's really not a Europe path. Obviously, no War Games path. So this seems to be DEFCON only for Bidart. Bidart's clock is moving, so Weiran has made his play. Iron Lady doesn't and is annoying. Yeah, I think we gotta fix that, don't we? Bidart needs a monster or some DEFCON cards. Okay. He does get 5-year plan, and he gets We Will Bury You, along with War Games. I wonder if We Will Bury You is the headline here for a potential DEFCON situation. The problem is Weiran has China. Yeah, I guess you can't headline "We Will Bury You" because if you do, Weiran can space AR1 and win. Iran-Iraq war is a problem with flower power in effect. Yuri could be a problem for us especially if we lose the space shot. So I think we accept that this is lost on the board, and we try and hit the space shot after this coup, no matter what. Yeah, no, and that's right as well. Bidart, missile envy is a factor. If you space, we will bury you. Missile envy is GG. Latin American death crisis is also an issue. If we were tracking to try and win on the board, we could use Latin American debt crisis to discard "We'll Bury You." Okay, if I'm Weirin, I ignore that and I space. Yeah. Bidart thinking about missile envy here, knowing that missile envy is GG. If he dumps, well, missile envy is GG either way, whether he dumps Wheelberry or not. Um, so yeah, dumping to Latin American debt crisis is interesting. I don't know. You could just hope he doesn't have it. You could just hope he doesn't have missile envy, because this is a huge swing space wise. If you can get it to 11, I mean, Africa scored. The problem is if Bidart can get it to 17, then Middle East wins it. Even at 14, Bidart might be able to fill up the Middle East. All right, I wonder if this is going to be to Venezuela, Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria we don't care about. Libya is whatever. Okay, South African unrest, not a big deal. We need to get our mill ops in, but Yuri's in effect and flower power is in effect. Okay, now I really would space. I would. Okay, I would use. I think you use war games for ops. Is there a better play than that? What about taking Canada? One, two, three, four, five, 6 countries to our 5. We could take Canada and Benelux to get Dom. Neither player has spaced yet. A critically important space shot, and neither player has spaced. Finally, he does, and he hits the roll. Yeah, I think we could have done that earlier. I think we could have. I think we could have used war games, created some kind of threat, maybe by taking Canada and Benelux, which gives us Dom by my count. Okay, we get South America. All right, now it's probably moot. I would now discard "We Will Bury You" to Latin American debt crisis. No. I guess we want to. We want to hold 5-year plan to next turn. With South America scored, we're down 12. Yeah, this is a disaster for the board. But we're down 12 with really no path back. And this is a DEF CON only situation. So we're going to, yeah, I think this is right. You hold 5-year plan to next turn. Yeah, yes, I would have rather preferred, I would have preferred one Canada, two Benelux over Finland, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going to hold 5-year plan to next turn for a DEF CON situation. Terrorism is gone, though. So it's got to be a multiple DEF CON card situation here. Okay, turn 10. Oh boy. All right, we get the cards we wanted Weiran to get. We got Cal and Duck. Purge is good for us to have. I think it starts with Cal. Okay, so now the objective is just to make sure Middle East scoring doesn't win the game. Junta doesn't matter at all. Yeah. Middle East is the only region on the board. This is fine. Okay, so at this point we only have one discarder. So 5-year plan has to hit Usurry, and I think Nixon's gone. So if I think it's a 5-year plan to hit Usurry. And then but I think Weiran should play China on AR1. NTB for ops? Okay, that suggests he doesn't have a DEF CON problem at all. Does he have a known grain? Is that what's going on? Does he have a known grain? I can't believe someone with a known grain sales in their hand would play NTB for ops on AR1. Okay. Grain is not known. So he could have it. He could have it. That suggests strongly that he does not have it. But yeah, we need to be triggering 5-year plan and just hoping because we are cooked on this board. Yeah, we just trigger 5-year plan and hope. Hope that he has Usurian grain and that we hit Usury. If we're going to trigger 5-year plan, now is the time. Yeah. Yeah. Che's not the... Now Aldrich on AR2? Okay, this is... I cannot believe Weiran would play this way. Getting rid of... Yeah, not playing China immediately, getting rid of NTB for ops, and not playing Aldrich till AR2, and even headlining Junta. Why headline Junta? Yeah, I don't. I'm a little confused by the if in fact Weiran has grain sales. They're playing incredibly carelessly if in fact he has grain sales. If he doesn't have grain sales, whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Weiran is talking like he has grain, but I don't. Yeah, okay, so there and there's Usuri. Yeah, okay. Weiran had okay, that's just nuts. That's crazy. Weiran had Usuri and Grain. He didn't play China AR1. He played NTB for Ops, and he didn't play Aldrich in the headline or AR1 to sniff out 5-year plan. That is crazy to me. I do not understand. I don't understand that. That that is needlessly reckless on Weiran's part, and just I can't believe it. But well played by Bidart on turn 10, playing to his outs. Didn't work out for him, and he lost by 3 dozen. So series tied 1-1. Game 3 this evening. Thanks Bidart for sending the video over. It was interesting, and glad we got to see it here. Interesting game, and yeah, just some reckless play there by Weiran, but he gets away with it, as the Chinese players seem to do all so often. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a great rest of your day. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.